What's up, everybody? It's me again, and let's talk about taking your smartphone videos from meh to whoa. Did you shoot that on your phone? We've all seen those incredible videos online and wondered, how'd they do that? And guess what? You don't need a Hollywood budget or a fancy camera to create them. Nope. All you need is the smartphone in your pocket and a little know-how. Today, we're diving deep into the world of cinematic smartphone filmmaking. I'm talking practical tips, tricks, and techniques that will have you shooting like a pro in no time. Think you need a $5,000 camera to shoot a cinematic video? Think again. Today, I'm going to show you how to shoot stunning, cinematic videos using nothing but your smartphone. Let's dive in. Okay, before we jump into the nitty-gritty of shooting, let's talk about what makes a video cinematic. Trust me, it's more than just slapping on a filter and calling it a day. First up, we've got composition. Think of it like the foundation of your shot. We're talking about things like the rule of thirds, leading lines, symmetry, depth, all those compositional goodies that draw the viewer's eye and make your shots visually stunning. Next, we have camera movement. Forget shaky cam, unless that's the vibe you're going for. Smooth, intentional movement is key here. Think slow pans, those dramatic tilts, and push-ins that reveal the scene. It's all about creating a sense of flow and drawing your audience into the story. And of course, we can't forget about lighting. It's the mood setter, the atmosphere creator. Natural light is your secret weapon here. We'll talk about golden hour and how to use it to your advantage, even if you're shooting indoors. Finally, the heart and soul of it all, storytelling. Because even the most technically perfect shots mean nothing if they don't tell a story. All right, let's get down to the technical stuff. First things first, we need to make sure your phone's camera is set up to shoot like a champ. Now, most smartphone cameras default to shooting at 30 frames per second, FPS. But for that cinematic feel, we're going to switch things up to 24 FPS. It's the same frame rate used in movies, and it instantly gives your footage that smooth, cinematic look. Next, let's talk resolution. If your phone can handle it, crank that resolution up to 4K. This gives you the highest quality footage to work with, which is crucial for editing and color grading later on. Now, this next one is a game changer: manual controls. Most smartphones allow you to lock your exposure and focus, which gives you way more control over your shots. But if you really want to unlock your phone's full potential, I highly recommend checking out some manual video apps like Filmmaking Pro, ProShot, and Moment. Alright, now that we've got our technical settings dialed in, let's talk about composition. This is where your artistic eye comes into play. Composition is all about arranging the elements in your frame to create visually appealing and engaging shots. First up, let's talk about the rule of thirds. Imagine your frame divided into 9 equal parts by 2 vertical and 2 horizontal lines. The idea is to place your subject or points of interest along these lines or at the intersections for a more balanced and visually interesting composition. Next, keep an eye out for leading lines. These are lines within your scene that naturally draw the viewer's eye towards your subject. Think roads, fences, even the horizon line. Use them to create a sense of depth and guide your audience through your frame. Don't be afraid to experiment with different angles and perspectives. Sometimes, the most unexpected angles can lead to the most cinematic results. Chapter 4, The Power of Light, Painting with Light and Shadow. Let's talk about lighting. It's the heart and soul of any cinematic video. Light has this magical ability to transform a scene, evoke emotions, and add depth and dimension to your shots. And the best part? You don't need fancy studio lights to achieve stunning results. Natural light is your best friend, especially that golden hour goodness we talked about earlier. That hour after sunrise and the hour before sunset, bathe your scenes in this warm, soft, magical light that's just begging to be captured on camera. Now, when it comes to shooting during golden hour, it's all about positioning. Try shooting with the sun behind your subject to create a beautiful backlight that separates them from the background. Or, position yourself so that the sun is hitting your subject from the side, creating dramatic shadows and highlights that add depth and texture. If you're shooting indoors, Try to position your subject near a window to take advantage of that beautiful natural light. Chapter 5. Smooth Operator, Mastering Cinematic Camera Movement. Okay, let's talk about camera movement. This is where we take your videos from static to dynamic, adding that extra layer of polish and professionalism. Now, the key to cinematic camera movement is intentionality. Every move you make should have a purpose, whether it's to reveal something new, guide the viewer's eye, or simply add a touch of drama. One of the most basic and effective camera movements is the pan. This involves smoothly rotating your camera horizontally from a fixed position, revealing more of the scene. It's great for establishing shots, revealing landscapes, or following a subject in motion. Then we have the tilt, which is essentially a vertical pan. You're moving your camera up or down from a fixed position to reveal something above or below the frame. Another classic camera movement is the push-in. This involves physically moving your camera closer to your subject, creating a sense of intimacy and urgency. If you're shooting handheld, practice ninja walking. Bend your knees slightly and walk heel to toe to minimize camera shake and achieve those buttery smooth shots. Okay, let's talk about sound. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sound? I thought this was about video. But trust me, sound is just as important as visuals when it comes to creating a cinematic experience. Think about your favorite movies, the epic soundtracks, the subtle sound effects, the crisp dialogue. They all work together to draw you into the story and make it feel real. Now, unless you're going for a silent film vibe, you'll want to capture clean, clear audio that complements your visuals. If you can swing it, investing in an external microphone is a game changer. Even a simple lavalier mic can drastically improve the quality of your audio, especially if you're recording dialogue or voiceovers. If you're working with your phone's built-in microphone, get close to your subject, avoid wind noise, and try to record in a quiet environment. Another option is to add sound in post-production. You can record voiceovers separately using your phone's voice memo app, or even use royalty-free music and sound effects from websites like Epidemic Sound or Artlist. Alright, let's talk color grading. This is where the magic really happens. Color grading is the process of adjusting the colors in your video to create a specific look, feel, or mood. It's like adding a fresh coat of paint to your masterpiece. Now, there are tons of amazing video editing apps out there that allow you to color grade your smartphone footage with ease. Some of my personal favorites include VN, CapCut, and LumaFusion. When it comes to color grading, it's all about subtlety. You don't want to go overboard and make your footage look unnatural. Instead, focus on enhancing what's already there and creating a cohesive look throughout your video. One popular cinematic color grading technique is to desaturate the colors slightly, giving your footage a more muted and filmic look. Remember, color grading is all about experimentation and finding what looks best for your particular footage and style. We've covered a ton of ground today, from technical settings to camera movement to color grading. But there's one final ingredient that's absolutely crucial to creating truly cinematic smartphone videos: storytelling. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how technically perfect your shots are if they don't tell a story that resonates with your audience. Storytelling is what makes your videos memorable, impactful, and shareable. So, before you even pick up your phone, take some time to think about the story you want to tell. What message are you trying to convey? What emotions do you want to evoke? Once you have a clear idea of your story, you can start planning your shots. Think about how you can use composition, lighting, camera movement, and sound design to enhance your narrative and create an emotional connection with your viewers. Alright folks, we've covered a ton of ground today. From mastering manual settings to hunting for that golden hour light, you're well on your way to shooting cinematic masterpieces with just your phone. Remember, the real secret sauce here? Practice. The more you shoot, the more you experiment, the better you'll get. Don't be afraid to try new things, make mistakes, and learn as you go. Now, go out there, shoot some epic stuff, and tag me on Instagram because I can't wait to see what you create. To recap: 1. Use manual settings. 2. Compose your shots. 3. Work with light. 4. Stabilize your movement. 5. Prioritize audio. 6. Color grade. 7. Tell a story. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.